Welcome to the 2300 Pick 6 podcast. I'm your host, Dave Walker, about to do another edition of Where DWALK was right and Where DWALK was wrong. Not this bad this week. There were some rights, some wrongs. So let's see out of the rights. So let's see what we got so far. Well, no, Thursday's game I got wrong. So that's our first wrong. Cowboys was one I got right. Rams game I got right. Bengals game I got right. Ravens game I got right. Bills game I got right. Dolphins game I got wrong. I got the Saints game wrong. Lions game I got right. Steelers game I got wrong. Broncos, Colts I got wrong. Cardinals I got right. Eagles I got right. The Vikings game I got wrong. The Texans game I got wrong. And the Chargers I got right. So a lot of rights, a little bit of wrong. So it's not that bad this week. So we're going to start with the first one, which unfortunately I did get wrong. I did pick the Commanders over the Packers, which I got wrong. Jordan Love and Tucker Kraft lead the way in Packers 27-18 victory over Commanders. Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers have delivered a strong opening statement to the rest of the NFL. Unfortunately, this is a game I did not watch because I did go to Collision that night, so I did see the highlights of this. And Tony Khan, I will forgive you, but I am mad that you let Anna Jay get pinned in that match. So I'm letting this go for tonight. I'm going to let it slide for tonight. Pending what happens at All Out and pending what happens with this Dynamite on Wednesday, you're going to be safe from here for a while, but if there's any Dynamite screw-ups or any pay-per-view screw-ups, you're not going to be safe for a while. But I digress. That's for another day. But out of this game, Micah looked good in this game as usual. He looked like a stud. Jordan Love looked like a stud. Tucker Kraft led the way for the Packers to go 2-0. And both teams did suffer some injuries along the way. Austin Eckler is officially out of the season with a torn ACL. So it's going to be a little tough for the Commanders now. They are now 1-1, and they're going to have some games that's going to be a little tough about their back. So it's all going to have to depend on Jay. Now for the Packers, now that they are 2-0, can they keep this streak of high coming around? Because eventually, in 2 weeks, they do play the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football, where that will be Micah's return to Dallas. Now, they do play next week, this Sunday. That is against, which I'm looking right now. I think they do play Sunday. I'm trying to see right now. Give me a sec. I think the Packers do play this Sunday. They do play again next Sunday. What I don't want to see is them getting caught in a trap game right now. Because I know on Sunday they do play. This Sunday they do play the Cleveland Browns, so I don't want them thinking ahead of the Dallas Cowboys and getting caught into a proverbial trap game. But we're going to wait and see what occurs there. But a breakdown out of this game, Jordan Love, 19-31 and 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs, 23 carries for 84 yards and 1 touchdown. Tucker Kraft, 6 catches for 124 yards and a touchdown. 1 sack by Rashawn Gray, and the leading tackler for the Packers was Edrin Cooper with 10 tackles and 7 solo and 10 full tackles. For the Green Bay Packers, they play against the Cleveland Browns this Sunday. As for the Commanders, they play up against the the Las Vegas Raiders. Next game I got right and wrong is Cowboys-Giants, which I got right, which this game literally took a year off my fucking life. Give me a sec, I gotta pull that one up. Aubrey ends while Prescott Wilson duel a field goal as time expires in overtime as Cowboys top Giants 40-37. Dak Prescott wasn't thinking late in a wild duel with Russell Wilson about his long personal winning streak against the New York Giants, and probably not about the prospect of Brian Schottenheimer's first victory as a head coach. As I said on my Facebook Live, I don't apologize for what I said to every Giants fan out there. I will still say what I said. Dak Prescott will always be, I will say the New York Giants will always be Dak Prescott's bitch. And I still stand by that to this day. And I am not apologizing for that when I acted as MJF on there. Now, I will give this to the Giants. Russell Wilson just got a stay of execution, literally. Because he did ball out against us and literally acted like he was back in his prime. Oh, and for Fox keeping track of Russell Wilson's streak against us, that is now 3 losses. Because I can keep track of the 3. The first one in 14 when he threw the interception to Rolando McClain in Seattle. The second one was in the wild card, was that one in the wild card to us, and then the last one just recently. So it is now 3 losses he has suffered to us. So get it right, Fox, you jackasses. But in this game, it was a very, very good game. Didn't expect this to be a shootout. Did not expect this game to go to overtime. I thought that Dallas was going to kill them, but without Deron Bland, it does show, because Trayvon Diggs looked like shit out there, and they literally burned him because neighbors got to him a lot. Also in this was the defense did not get a good pass rush on him, on Russ. Russ looked good in this one, but the Cowboys did find ways to win this game with Dak. He only had his one lone interception, but he did get George Pickens involved. He did get CeeDee Lamb involved. He did get the backs involved, both Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams, both looking good in this game. Brandon Aubrey, I'm going to say right now the story of him. He was a kicker for soccer. Then he had a normal job as a software engineer. He was watching football on his couch. Guy misses a kick. His wife says, "Hey, what have you tried?" He tries it. He makes a 60-yarder, then gets a kicking coach. He's in the USFL. Then he comes to us in 2023, and I remember his night on open night, missed his first kick, his extra point. I call that opening day jitters. He got over it. Then after that, he just makes these kicks with ease, his 60-yarder. And then after that, this next one, he makes with ease. So in essence, what I said in my Facebook post, thank you, Brandon Aubrey. Again, if you're watching this, thank you, Brandon Aubrey, for this one. Now, I'm going to say this right now for the Giants. They do play the Chiefs this Sunday. I won't be shocked if an upset occurs, but I don't see the Chiefs going 0-3. Now, I will say this. I think the Giants will cover that, whatever that spread is, when it gets to that point. But for now, it's going to be a different story. Right now, the Giants are 0-2, and the Cowboys are 1-1. But a breakdown out of this game scoring-wise. Graham Gano, 38-yard field goal. Graham Gano, 33-yard field goal. Brandon Aubrey, 51-yard field goal. Malik Neighbors, 29-yard pass from Russell Wilson. Kevontae Turpin, 10-yard pass from Dak Prescott. Javonte Williams, 30-yard rush. Graham Gano, 33-yard field goal. Brandon Aubrey, 44-yard field goal. Cam Scatterby, 1-yard rush. Miles Sanders, 4-yard rush. Wandale Robinson, 32-yard pass. George Pickens, 6-yard pass from Dak Prescott. Malik Neighbors, 48-yard pass from Russell Wilson. Brandon Aubrey field goal, which led to the overtime. Brandon Aubrey game-winning field goal, walk-off winner. Leader for the Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott, 38-52, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 361 yards. Javonte Williams, 18 carries, 1 touchdown, and 97 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 9 catches for 112 yards. Keon Clark, 1 sack. Kendrick Elam, 9 tackles, and 6 solo. Oh, let me go back to the Green Bay one. I forgot to do. Sorry about that. I didn't do it for the Green Bay one, so I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to make up for that one. Breakdown out of this game for the Packers, which I forgot to add, so I'm going to add it now again. Romeo Doubs, 5-yard pass from Jordan Love. Josh Jacobs, 2-yard rush. Matt Gay, 51-yard field goal. Brandon McManus, 22-yard field goal. Zach Ertz, 20-yard pass from Jaden Daniels. Tucker Kraft, 8-yard pass from Jordan Love. Brandon McManus, 56-yard field goal. Debo Samuel, 10-yard pass from Jaden Daniels. Debo Samuel, 10-yard pass from Jaden Daniels for the 2-point conversion successful. And that was it. And I broke down the leaders for the Packers. Sorry about that, Packers fans. So now we're going to go back to where we were. Next for the Cowboys, they play in Chicago in Week 3. As for the Giants, they play against the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. Next game I got in the right and wrong is Rams-Titans, which I got right, picking the Rams. Matthew Stafford throws 2 touchdowns as Rams spoil home opener for the Titans and Cam Ward. The Los Angeles Rams know how efficient they can be on offense. They clicked into high gear Sunday when they had to scoring 20 straight points to spoil rookie Cam Ward's NFL home opener, which they did. The Rams looked good in this game. They literally killed the Titans, and I said before, it's going to be a rebuild for the Titans. It's going to be some growing pains. Yeah, the Titans will get some wins. They may get like maybe 1 or 2 down the road, but it is going to be a little tough for them with a new quarterback and a new head coach. As for the Rams, they're proving why they were the division champs in the NFC West. Right now, it's a division that is a little bit, I'm going to say not wide open just yet. They have a little bit of competition with the Arizona Cardinals. When I get to Panthers and Cardinals, we'll talk about that a little later on in the show. But the Rams look good in this game. They have a tough one against Philadelphia this Sunday. They're in Philadelphia. Now, this game would have been in L.A. I would have took the Rams in this one. But no, I'm going to go with Philly down the road when I talk about tomorrow night. But a breakdown out of this game. Puka Nacua, 45-yard rush. Joey Sly, 55-yard field goal. Joshua Carty, 21-yard field goal. Alec Iamar, 9-yard pass from Cam Ward. Joey Sly, 37-yard field goal. Joshua Carty, 21-yard field goal. Joey Sly, 57-yard field goal. Davis Allen, 8-yard pass from Matthew Stafford. Devontae Adams, 16-yard pass from Matthew Stafford. Blake Corum, 1-yard rush. Joey Sly, 35-yard field goal. Leaders for the Rams were Matthew Stafford, 23 of 33, 2 touchdowns for 298 yards and an interception. Kyron Williams, 17 carries for 66 yards. Devontae Adams, 6 catches, 106 yards for a touchdown. Leading sack for the Rams was Byron Young with 2 sacks. And leading tackler for the Rams was Kamar Kitchens with 7 solo and 10 tackles. For the Rams, they play the Philadelphia Eagles this Sunday. As for the Titans, they play up against the... Checking now for the Titans. Let's see. They play up against the Indianapolis Colts. Next one in the right and wrong is Bengals Jaguars, which I got right, picking the Bengals. Jake Browning relieves the injured Joe Burrow and scores late touchdown as Bengals beat Jaguar 31-27. Jake Browning and Cincinnati has turned a nightmarish first half, including an injury to Joe Burrow, into a dream finish. Right now, I'm going to say this for the Bengals, and they may not like to hear this. I think your season is over because Joe Burrow will not be back until September. Now, if Chase Browning can get the Bengals to at least a point where they're fighting for a wild card, I'm not going to say division because that is a pipe dream right now. That's out. Now, if you could get to a wild card and fight maybe for a 7, or possibly, I'm going to say possibly a 7 right now at this point, and see what you can do. But if you can't get it to that point, if I were them, I would declare Joe Burrow out for the remainder of the season and let him come back until next year because this season is over pending how this goes. Now, as for the Jaguars, they took a loss here. They are now 1-1. They have it right now. They are in a very tough division right now. You know Houston is 0-2 at the moment, and the Colts, surprisingly, are 2-0 right now. Now, you have a chance of still getting in. We still have a lot of football left for the Jags. We're going to wait and see what occurs with them down the road. But a breakdown out of this game. De'Ami Brown, 9-yard pass from Trevor Lawrence. Jamar Chase, 4-yard pass from Joe Burrow. Bayshul Tutin, 8-yard pass from Trevor Lawrence. Evan McPherson, 31-yard field goal. Cam Little, a 42-yard field goal. Mitchell Tinsley, 13-yard pass from Jake Browning. Travis Etienne Jr., 11-yard pass from Trevor Lawrence. T. Higgins, 42-yard pass from Jake Browning. Cam Little, 25-yard field goal. Jake Browning, a 1-yard rush. Leaders for the Bengals was Jake Browning, 21-32, 2 touchdowns, 241 yards, and 3 interceptions. Chase Brown, 16 carries for 47 yards. Jamar Chase, 1 touchdown, 14 catches for 165 yards, and 1 TD. Trey Henderson, 1 sack. And leading tackler for the Bengals was Geno Stone with 7 solo and 9 full tackles. For the Bengals, they play up against the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota against Carson Wentz, which I'll talk about later when I get to Vikings and Falcons. As for the Jacksonville Jaguars, they play up against I'm finding their schedule now. Jaguars play against the Houston Texans this Sunday. So they have a tough one in a key divisional battle here. Next one that I got right in the right and wrong is Browns Ravens, which I got right picking the Ravens. Jackson throws 4 touchdown passes and the Ravens close strong in a 41-17 victory over the Browns. The Baltimore Ravens finished this game better than they started. And this did not turn into last year, as last year when Cleveland pulled an upset against them and they were 0-2. This time they got their revenge on Cleveland from week 2 from last year and got the taste out of that ugly loss last week against the Buffalo Bills in a game that really was more of Jackson throwing the ball, not using his legs as much. Derrick Henry and Lamar didn't score in this one, but it was more of a Lamar air show in this one. For the Browns, not a shocker here. I knew that they were going to get killed by the Baltimore Ravens. This was a game that the Ravens needed. You didn't want to have to go lowering your division at 0-2 because literally right now, everybody now is at 1-1 instead of tie. But right now, the Browns are now at 0-2. And it's not yet, we're going to get to Shedeur just yet. If it gets even more worse, it could get to that point of Shedeur Sanders. But breakdown out of this game. Tyler Loop, a 43-yard field goal. Tylan Wallace, 15-yard pass to Lamar Jackson. Andre Smith's 38-yard field goal. Tyler Loop, 32-yard field goal. Devontae Walker, no relation, 2-yard pass from Lamar Jackson. Cedric Tillman, 18-yard pass from Joe Flacco. Devontae Walker, no relation, 24-yard pass from Lamar Jackson. The reason I said my last name is Walker. Roquan Smith, 60-yard fumble return for a scoop and score. DeAndre Hopkins, 23-yard pass to Lamar Jackson. And Dylan Sampson, 8-yard pass from Dylan Gabriel. Leaders for the Ravens were Lamar Jackson, 19-29, 225 yards and 4 touchdowns. Derrick Henry, 11 carries and 23 yards. Zay Flowers, 7 catches for 75 yards. Leading sacker for the Ravens was Nnamdi Matabuke with 1 sack, and Roquan Smith had 8 solo tackles and 15 tackles. For the Browns, they play up against who is the Browns' next opponent? Let me pull up the recap. This will help me. Up next is for the Browns. They play against the Green Bay Packers. As for Baltimore, they have a key Monday night game against the Detroit Lions, which will be a good one. Next one I got right. The right and wrong is Bills-Jets, which I got right, picking the Bills. Josh Allen bounces back from bloody nose, leads Bills to an easy 30-10 victory over the Jets. Josh Allen's nose might have taken the biggest hit by the Buffalo Bills against the New York Jets. Yeah, because he was out briefly when his nose got busted open, but he came back in this game and literally still put his foot so far up the Jets' ass it wasn't even funny. The Bills got the win right now, proving why they are the leaders in their division, and also proving why they are down the road. You know, it's a little early in this, but they're proving why they were trying to get to that hump, to get to a Super Bowl, to get to that win. As for the Jets, it's usual. The Jets are usually, like as me and Wolf always say, that's nothing new with the Jets, and they don't do anything. You can change the quarterback, you can change the coach, but the Jets will always do Jet things, and this is one of them, losing this game to the Buffalo Bills. But a breakdown out of this game: James Cook, 1-yard rush. Matt Prater, 28-yard field goal. Matt Prater, 52-yard field goal. James Cook, 44-yard rush. Nick Folk, 51-yard field goal. Matt Prater, 33-yard field goal. Elijah Moore, 4-yard rush. Jeremy Rucker, 5-yard pass from Tyrod Taylor. Leaders for the Bills: Josh Allen, 14-25, 148 yards. James Cook, 21 carries, 32 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Let's see. Joshua Palmer, 2 catches for 47 yards. Leading sacker for the Bills was Daquan Jones with 1 sack, and leading tackler was Matt Milano, 5 tackles and 2 solo 1. For the Bills, they play up against pulling the recap up. Come on. Up next for the Bills, they play on Thursday Night Football against the Miami Dolphins. As for the Jets, they travel to Tampa Bay to take on the Bucs next Sunday. Next game I got right, and the right and wrong is Patriots-Dolphins, which I got wrong. That one I got wrong because I picked the Miami Dolphins. May counts for 3 touchdowns, and Patriots top Dolphins 33-27 for Rabel's first win as New England head coach. Antonio Gibson burst through the Miami Dolphins coverage on a kick return and dived to the end zone, while New England coach Mike Vrabel excitedly chased him almost the entire way down the Patriots sideline. This was a game that the Dolphins should have won, and I heard out of this that Dolphins fans were booing every time the Dolphins had a drive, and Tua messed up big time and messed up again. This is the first time that the Dolphins have now gone 0-2. Now, McDaniel's job security is safe, but if it gets even worse, I already did have him on the hot seat of getting fired. There is the possibility he could get fired maybe mid-season or he could get fired this season. Now, I'm not going to be shocked right now if Tyreek Hill demands a trade and he wants out. I will give his possible destinations where he'll go. I could say possibly he could go to the Chiefs, or as in to screw the Chiefs over in a fuck you move, he goes to Buffalo, or I don't even know where else he'll go. But I can tell you right now, I don't think Tyreek Hill is going to be much longer with the Dolphins. For the Patriots, it was a win. It was a shock win. Wolf, congratulations for your team getting that win. They are now 1-1. I did not expect the Patriots to win. I thought they were going to lose to Miami, but now the Patriots pulled it off, which was a shocker to me. But leaders for the Patriots, a breakdown of this game. Matt Collins, 8-yard pass from Drake May. Andy Berghaus' PAT failed. Keyshawn Booth, 16-yard pass from Drake May. Andy Berghaus' PAT failed again. I think Patriots need to get a new kicker pretty soon. Jalen Waddle, 18-yard pass from Tua Tagovailoa. Andy Berghaus, 22-yard field goal. Devin Akane, 29-yard pass from Tua Tagovailoa. Riley Patterson, 40-yard field goal. Riley Patterson, 44-yard field goal. Drake May, 6-yard rush. Rob Andre Stephen run for 2-point conversion. Malik Washington, 74-yard punt return. Riley Patterson kick. Antonio Gibson, 90-yard kickoff from Andy Berghaus got that extra point. Andy Berghaus, 53-yard field goal. Leader for the Patriots, Drake May, 19-23, 2 touchdowns, 233 yards. Ramondre Stevenson, 11 carries, 54 yards. Ramondre Stevenson, 5 catches, 88 yards for the leading receiver. 2 sacks by Milton Williams, and leading tackler for the Patriots was Jalen Hawkins with 5 solo tackles and 8 tackles. For the Patriots, they play up against, I'm pulling up that now. They play up against Pittsburgh this Sunday. As for the Dolphins, they visit Buffalo Bills on Thursday Night Football. Next in the right and wrong, which I got wrong, was you know what? I did have the Niners at first, and then I did pick the Saints. So in this one, I'm going to go with what I did originally with Joe. I'm going to say Saints. So this one was wrong because I did pick the New Orleans Saints. Mac Jones signs reliever Brock Purdy as the 49ers top the Saints 26-21. Mac Jones, San Francisco teammates kept mentioning what a luxury it is for the 49ers to have a backup quarterback who exudes the confidence and swagger of a star. Yes, he did. Mac Jones literally, I do still think that the Patriots did him dirty, but in this instance, he did well what he was supposed to do. He got the 49ers a win. Now they're in a chance with, okay, you got to keep it enough where, okay, for Purdy to come in, for you to fight with the Rams and possibly the Arizona Cardinals. We're going to wait and see what occurred with Arizona down the road. But the Niners put up that win, which they needed, got the win they needed. As for the Saints, like we said, it's a new coach, a new quarterback. It's a rebuild process. So it's going to take some time for them to get some wins down the road. So it's still on the up and up, but we're going to have to wait and see what happened with New Orleans down the road. But a breakdown out of this game. Luke Farrell, 11-yard pass for Mac Jones. Eddie Pinero, 44-yard field goal. Juwan Johnson, 18-yard pass from Spencer Rattler. Christian McCaffrey, 7-yard pass from Mac Jones. Rashid Shaheed, 3-yard pass from Spencer Rattler. Eddie Pinero's 46-yard field goal. Juwan Jennings, 14-yard pass from Mac Jones. Devon Vale, 3-yard pass from Spencer Rattler. Leaders for the 49ers, Mac Jones, 26-39, 279 yards and 3 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey, 13 carries, 55 yards. Juwan Jennings, 5 catches, 89 yards and 1 touchdown. Bryce Huff, 1 sack. And Frank Warner, 11 tackles and 7 solo ones. For the 49ers, their next opponent is, pulling up the schedule, they play up against the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday, which should be a good matchup, and the New Orleans Saints travel to Seattle. Next one in the right and wrong is Bears-Lions, which I got right picking the Detroit Lions. Goff throws 5 touchdowns, 3 to St. Brown. Lions bounce back 52-21 win over Ben Johnson-led Bears. The Detroit Lions show they can pile up points just fine without Ben Johnson calling plays. Well, right now it's not a problem just yet, even though it's a little early on, but Detroit looked like what Detroit was back early in the season, dominating with Jared Goff in the air, with the running game, with the defense and everything. And as for the Bears looked like what they were on Monday night, polished shit. They did not look good in this game. They could only muster up 3 touchdowns, but the Lions literally showed their dominance. They bounced back from that ugly loss against the Green Bay Packers and got the win where it was roughly deserved. But a breakdown out of this game. Jameer Gibbs, 6-yard rush. Romo Dunze, 28-yard pass from Caleb Williams. David Montgomery, 1-yard rush. Brock Wright, 8-yard pass from Jared Goff. Romo Dunze, 6-yard pass from Caleb Williams. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4-yard pass from Jared Goff. Jake Bate, 34-yard field goal. Jamison Williams, 44-yard pass from Jared Goff. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 8-yard pass from Jared Goff. DeAndre Swift, 3-yard rush. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4-yard pass from Jared Goff. Leaders for the line, Jared Goff, 23. Dang it. Okay, here we go. Jared Goff, 23 of 28 for 334 yards and 5 touchdowns. Jamar Gibbs, 12 carries, 1 touchdown, 94 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 9 catches, 3 touchdowns, 115 yards. Leading sack was for the line was Alquan Muhammad, had 1 sack. And leading tackler was Jack Campbell with 4 solo ones and 8 ones. For the Lions, they play against the Ravens on Monday Night Football. As for the Bears, they play against the Dallas Cowboys in Chicago. Next one in the right and wrong was Seattle and Pittsburgh, which I got wrong picking the Pittsburgh Steelers. Seahawks George Holani turns the Steelers' blunder on a kickoff into a touchdown. Seattle wins 31-17. George Holani saw the ball bounce toward the Pittsburgh end zone, wondered why Steelers kick returner Caleb Johnson returned his back on a live football and kept right on running. Literally, when a kickoff occurs, it is a live ball if no one touches it. That means if it is in the end zone and the kicking team gets it, that is officially a touchdown. So I don't know what the fuck Pittsburgh was thinking, and Aaron Rodgers did not look good in this game. It really was showing. I thought usually Pittsburgh does good at home, and I thought DK was going to ball out against his old team. Unfortunately, it did not occur. Seattle got the win here, which they needed. And right now you're fighting in a tough NFC West against the Arizona Cardinals and against the LA Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. So it's going to be a dogfight for that division as we wait and see. But a breakdown out of this game. Torrey Horton, 21-yard pass from Sam Darnold. Chris Boswell, 48-yard field goal. Chris Boswell, 48-yard field goal. DK Metcalf, 2-yard pass from Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers passed to Darnell Washington, 2-point conversion successful. A.J. Barner, 7-yard pass from Sam Darnold. Jason Myers, 54-yard field goal. George Holani recovered Kelvin Enzo for a touchdown. Chris Boswell, 45-yard field goal. Kenneth Walker, the third, 19-yard rush. Leaders for the Seahawks, Sam Darnold, 22 of 33, 295 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Kenneth Walker, the third, 13 carries, 105 yards, and a TD. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 8 catches for 103 yards. Leading sacker was Byron Murphy, the second, with 1.5 sacks. And leading tackler was Ernest Jones, the fourth, with 10 tackles and 8 solo ones. For the Seattle Seahawks, they play up against the... I'm looking for that right now. They play up against the New Orleans Saints. As for the Steelers, they go to New England this Sunday. Next game of the right and wrong I got was Colts-Broncos, which I got wrong, picking Denver. Let me go back. I don't know why that did that to me. Dang it. All right, we were Denver's Colts. Okay. Spencer Schrader converts from 45 yards after pounding on a 60-yard miss, and Colts beat Broncos 29-28. Indianapolis Colts kicker Spencer Schrader missed one opportunity to beat the Denver Broncos. Due to a penalty called leverage, you cannot hop over another player, and it is called leverage. And the Colts got bailed out by the referees on this one because the Denver Broncos had that game won. Had it not been due to that penalty, the Colts would not be 2-0 right now. So right now, the Colts are a very surprised 2-0 team right now. Now, can they keep this momentum going without the aid of a referee? Now, if they would have beat Denver without that call, I'd be a little bit more different on this. But we're going to wait and see what happens with the Colts down the road because they do play I don't know if they play a divisional battle, but I'm going to wait and see until I get to that. But it was a win is a win. They got it. But a breakdown out of this game is Spencer Schrader, 29-yard field goal. Marvin Mims Jr., 23-yard pass from Bo Nix. Spencer Schrader, 33-yard field goal. Daniel Jones, 1-yard rush. Troy Franklin, 3-yard pass from Bo Nix. Adam Trotman, 2-yard pass from Bo Nix. Jonathan Taylor, 7-yard pass from Daniel Jones. J.K. Dobbins, 5-yard pass. Spencer Schrader, 36-yard field goal. Spencer Schrader, 28-yard field goal. Spencer Schrader, 45-yard field goal. Leaders for the Colts, Daniel Jones, 23 of 34, 1 touchdown and 360 yards. Jonathan Taylor, 25 carries, 165 yards. Leading receiver was Tyler Warren for 4 catches, 79 yards. There were no sacks by the Colts. And leading tackler was Joe Bocci, 7 tackles and 3 solo ones. Next opponent for the Colts is, pulling up right now, is the Tennessee Titans. They're on the road. As for the Broncos, they play the Chargers in L.A. Next game that I got in the right and wrong is Panthers-Cardinals, which I got picking the Arizona Cardinals. Calais Campbell's sack with 26 seconds left secures Cardinals' 27-22 win after Carolina comeback try. Calais Campbell and his 39-year-old body came up with a game-ending sack to help the Arizona Cardinals secure a 27-22 win on Sunday over the Carolina Panthers, turning back a frantic comeback attempt. Bryce Young almost pulled off a comeback in this one. Now, last week he didn't do good against the Jacksonville Jaguars, but in this one he was trying to make a comeback, but unfortunately Calais Campbell put the nail in the coffin, sacking him, and literally ended the game, giving the Cardinals their first 2-0 start, which has been a while. Now, can the Arizona Cardinals keep up this momentum? Can Kyler use Marvin Harrison Jr. right? Can that defense do right? We're going to wait and see how Arizona does down the road. As for Carolina, I thought that this team would be get at least maybe 7 or 8 wins here, maybe even 6, but looking like it might go back to what it was. And like I said in previous shows, I don't want to see Bryce Young be a Quincy Carter. I don't want to see that down the road for him. I want to see this man keep continuing playing football and prove to everybody he's not a bust. But right now, even though he lost, he did make that comeback. But we're going to wait and see what occurs for the Carolina Panthers and both for the Arizona Cardinals. But a breakdown out of this game. Zaven Collins, 3-yard fumble recovered for a scoop and score by Joshua Sweat for a 3-yard loss. Chad Reeland, 29-yard field goal. Ryan Fitzgerald, 27-yard field goal. Chad Reeland, 47-yard field goal. Michael Wilson, 11-yard pass from Kyler Murray. James Conner, 2-yard rush. Hunter Renfrow, 4-yard pass from Bryce Young, 2-point run conversion failed. Chuba Hubbard, 5-yard pass from Bryce Young, 2-point run conversion failed. Hunter Renfrow, 1-yard pass from Bryce Young. Leaders for the Cardinals, Kyler Murray, 17-25, 1 touchdown and 1 interception for 220 yards. James Conner, 11 carries, 1 touchdown, 34 yards. Trey McBride, 6 catches, 78 yards. Calais Campbell, 2 sacks. And leading tackler was Jalen Thompson with 6 solo ones and 10 tackles. Up next for the Cardinals is... They play at the 49ers next Sunday. As for the Panthers, they host the Atlanta Falcons. Next game I got right and wrong was Eagles-Chiefs, which I got right picking Philadelphia. Eagles defense shines at Super Bowl rematch as Philly beats the Chiefs 20-17 at Arrowhead Stadium. The goal for the Philadelphia Eagles is to be playing their best at the end of the season, which it is. The Philadelphia Eagles have been playing good since last year. And I'm going to say right now, the Eagles were dominant in this game. As much as this score was close as it is, this score was not indicative because the Eagles dominated this game from start to finish when I saw. The Chiefs did not look like themselves. And I'm going to say this, and I know I'm not going to take away from the Eagles. They got that victory, which they needed. Starting off 2-0, which is the right way, which doesn't shock me in a way. They need that victory is what they needed. You have to keep pace in your division. Right now, you're leading your NFC because you have a victory over the Cowboys. Now down the road, eventually, like I said, I don't think Eagles are going to go undefeated. I think in 2 weeks they may lose to Tampa Bay. That might be the first loss. But we'll wait and see when we get to that game down the road. But for the Chiefs, it's a lot of trouble right now. They are now on a 3-game losing streak. You add the Super Bowl to this. There were a lot of mistakes in that game. If Travis Kelce does not bobble that catch, that interception does not occur, possibility we may be talking a different story here. But we're not. Because I'm going to say this right now. If the Chiefs lose to the Giants, we're going to be talking a lot more about the Chiefs than need be. There's going to be a lot of help here. They're going to need. If any of y'all ever used to watch the show back then, I think it was called Inside the Numbers with Michael Smith and Jamel Hill before then it got changed to His and Hers. There was this little parody they did of, if anybody's ever seen the movie of 12 Angry Men, where they're asking Michael Smith, does Tom Brady need help? And he deflects the question so many times. And then in the end, if you've ever seen 12 Angry Men, he's like, you can't handle the truth! Well, the same one is, you're damn right Tom Brady needs help! Well, the same way again, I'm not going to deflect this. Patrick Mahomes needs help. And if I were the Chiefs right now, make a move. Offer whatever it is to the Dolphins to get Tyreek Hill back. Because you're going to need a lot of help down the road and what your schedule entails. Now, I don't know what that spread is when y'all play the Giants this Sunday on Sunday Night Football, but I know how they do against bad teams. I would take the Giants in that spread to cover because I don't think the Chiefs are going to cover that one, to be honest with you. But we'll wait and see when we get there. But a breakdown out of this game. Saquon Barkley, 13-yard rush. Harrison Butker, 56-yard field goal. Patrick Mahomes, 13-yard rush. Jake Elliott, 58-yard field goal. Jake Elliott, 51-yard field goal. Jalen Hurts, 1-yard rush. Taquan Thornton, 49-yard pass from Patrick Mahomes. Leaders for the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, 15-22, 101 yards. Leading rusher was Saquon Barkley, 22 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown. Devontae Smith, 4 catches, 53 yards. Leading one sack was by Moro Ojomo, and Cooper DeJean had to lose the leading tackle with 8 tackles and 6 solo ones. For the Eagles, they play the Rams on Sunday. As for the Chiefs, they play on Sunday Night Football against the Giants in a game that they need. Next one in the right and wrong was Falcons Vikings, which I got wrong, picking Minnesota. Falcons trampled J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings 22-6 behind Bijan Robinson, running dominant defense. Bijan Robinson got back to work on the ground, and the Atlanta Falcons were back in biz. I'm going to be very honest with you. This game was like what I thought when I saw the schedule. It was not all that good. It was very boring. And when I thought this would be a sleeper good game, it did literally put me to sleep almost. Because I was like dozing in and out on this game. And it's nothing against Minnesota or Atlanta. It's just, I really thought what I saw flashes of JJ and I saw flashes of Penix, I thought it was going to be a very good game and a good matchup, but apparently it was not. It turned into a Braves versus Twins game. But out of this, the Falcons got the win. They bounced back from that ugly loss. Their new kicker did a good job because Young Waku was on the bench, not due to injury. I think it was benched due to that. But for the Vikings, J.J. McCarthy did suffer an injury. He's going to be out for 2 to 4 weeks, so Carson Wentz will be in against the Bengals this Sunday. So we're going to wait and see how he does. As for the Falcons, they have another divisional battle. They'll play against Carolina now. You're already 0-1 in your division. You lost to Tampa. You lose 0-2 in your division, it's not going to be so good. You're going to have a tough time catching Tampa. We'll wait and see what occurred for the Falcons. But a breakdown out of this game, Parker Romo, 38-yard field goal. Parker Romo, 29-yard field goal. Will Reichert, 33-yard field goal. Parker Romo, 33-yard field goal. Will Reichert, 51-yard field goal. Parker Romo, 33-yard field goal. Parker Romo, 54-yard field goal. Tyler Algier, 5-yard rush. That was the only lone touchdown in this game. Leaders for the Falcons, Michael Penix Jr., 13-21, 135 yards. Bijan Robinson, 22 carries, 143 yards. Drake London, 3 catches, 49 yards. Leading sacker was for the Falcons was Zach Harrison with 1.5 sacks, and leading tackler was David Onyemata with 5 tackles and 3 solo ones. For the Vikings, they play up against the Cincinnati Bengals. As for the Falcons, they play against the Panthers. And in our double Monday night header, we have the Bucs and the Texans, which I got wrong picking Houston. Baker Mayfield and Rachaad White rallied Bucs a 20-19 win over Texans. 2 years ago, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lost to the Houston Texans on a touchdown in the final seconds. And then they got their revenge this year. So right now, the Bucs are looking very good. And I know it's early. They're 2-0 right now. Could the Bucs be somewhat of a sleeper team that nobody expects? Can the Tampa Bay Buccaneers go a little bit farther? Now, last year, they got surprisingly eliminated by the Washington Commanders. Now, this year, can they go a little bit farther? The first time with Baker, they made it to a walk. They made it to the divisional and lost to Detroit. This time, can they make it a little farther and go to an NFC Championship? The first one without Tom Brady. Because this team, everybody thought, oh, the Bucs are going to be garbage. Baker's going to be ass. But no, Baker's proving everybody wrong that this team can do what they can. Can they repeat as divisional winners again? Possibly. Now we got to wait and see because they got one over on the Atlanta Falcons early on. Can they keep this momentum going? Because this is a good team with that 1-2 combination running game of Bucky Irvin and Rachaad White. Also with Ejimika and also with Mike Evans. Because when they get Chris Godwin back, this receiving core is going to be very, very dangerous with this when he comes back. As for Houston, they are 0-2. C.J. Stroud's not looking good right now. And Houston hasn't gone 0-2, I think, in a while. Not that I can remember, but it's going to be very, very tough sledding for Houston because literally they should not have took that kickoff in the end zone. They should have just downed it, and you probably could have got a field goal to win, but unfortunately it did not occur. But a breakdown out of this game, Nico Collins, 20-yard pass from C.J. Stroud. Ryan Miller, 20-yard pass from Baker Mayfield. Kaimi Fairbairn, 35-yard field goal. Emeka Edgeka, 15-yard pass from Baker Mayfield. Kaimi Fairbairn, 53-yard field goal. Nick Chubb, 25-yard rush, 2-point conversion failed. Rachaad White, 2-yard rush, 2-point conversion failed. Leaders for the Bucs, Baker Mayfield, 25-38, 2 touchdowns, 215 yards. Bucky Irvin, 17 carries, 31 yards. Mike Evans, 5 catches, 56 yards. Leading sacker was Greg Gaines, 1 sack. Tyke Smith was the leading tackler with 6 tackles and 4 solo ones. For the Bucs, they play against the Jets. For Houston, they play against the Colts. Oh, no, I think they play Jacksonville. I think Houston plays Jacksonville. Houston plays Jacksonville. Yeah, they play the Jags. And our final Monday night game was the Chargers and the Raiders. I got that right, picking the Chargers. Okay, Chargers cruise past Raiders on Monday Night Football. The LA Chargers look good in this game. They didn't charger this game. They are proving that win against the Chiefs was not a fluke. They looked very, very good at 2-0. Now, can the Chargers keep this momentum going is the question. Because I don't want to say down the road, the Chargers have chargered yet another game and they've blown it. But now can they keep this momentum going? Can they keep a streak going on right now? Because right now, yes, I know it's early. Yes, I know it's we're now in week 3 right now. But what is going to happen is, can you keep it going, and can you not mess up and not charger any games? Now, because right now the Chiefs are very, very vulnerable at this point. You got that one win. If you can sweep them and keep a good record, then we can talk about you in a different story and say, okay, playoffs, divisional, maybe an AFC championship. I'm not going to go far yet to Super Bowl just yet. We've got to see how the Chargers do. That's just the thing in the whole nutshell here is, if the Chargers can keep all this momentum up, we can have these conversations and talk. But until then, we're still in week 2. We're in week 3 right now. Let's see where this goes. They have the Denver Broncos this Sunday at home. Can they win that one? As for the Raiders, 1-1. Usually, they play the Patriots, then nothing against them. We don't know what we're going to get out of New England. But they have a lot of more football to come. You still have Max Crosby, but their next game is going to be a little tough when they have to play the Washington Commanders this Sunday. But a breakdown out of this game. Thought I had it up. Okay. Breakdown out of this game. Dang it. Don't go too far. Okay. Cameron Dicker, 38-yard field goal. Daniel Carlson, 54-yard field goal. Keenan Allen, 10-yard pass from Justin Herbert. Daniel Carlson, 40-yard field goal. Quentin Johnson, 60-yard pass from Justin Herbert. Cameron Dicker, 20-yard field goal. Daniel Carlson, 37-yard field goal. Okay, apparently they didn't want to give me any leaders on this thing, so nothing here they gave me. So nothing here, so I'll check NFL.com for the leaders in this one if they have it. They'll give me anything. ESPN, all the money you get for WWE, and you can't give me that. Bunch of deadbeats. Come on, boy. Come on. Come on. Really, we're gonna play this game right now? Really, NFL? We're really gonna play this game tonight. We're really gonna do this. There's somebody over here trying to clown me tonight. Alright, maybe that'll give me it. Okay, leaders for the... Because I had to go through Google because ESPN apparently does not want to give me information. Leaders for the Chargers. Justin Herbert, 19 to 27, 242 yards and 2 touchdowns. Justin Herbert, 9 carries, 31 yards. And leading receiver was Quentin Johnson with 3 catches for 71 yards and 1 touchdown. For the Chargers, they play against the Denver Broncos. As for the Raiders, they play up against the Washington Commanders. Well, as before we end and I bid adieu, well, it's just been enough time for talk. It's time for kickoff! I'm Dave Walker, and we'll see you on the field. Goodbye, everybody.